as request collaboration with Kendrick Lamar, fam. Look, he say he ready to do something. You know, it gotta be natural. Don't want to just jump on anything, but he say, you know what? If they take their time on it, he's ready to provide that verse for him. Look, this might be really huge, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Nas had already said Kendrick Lamar was pretty much saving hip hop. Now he don't pick and choose. He say he got verses for everybody that's really a hit or miss. You know what I mean? Real shit. Ain't never claimed they was all gonna be fire, but he's trying. What he's doing with Mass Appeal, bro, legendary. His moves in business need to be studied. At one point, it looked like Jigga was beating Nas, sincere. But 2025, bro, once you pull a wool from over your eyes, you see, man, this man ain't never lost. Real shit. Since the diss track, drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Nasir. Look, Dolla is no longer collaborating with Kanye West. Yeah, Complex asked him if he could provide an update on his relationship or his situationship, whatever they got going on, with him and Ye. He said it's about a 6-7, but he don't want to speak on it. On top of that, it's no word on if Vulture Tree is coming out. They recorded a lot of music, but he say all the music was mid too. It was about a 6-7 too, so he don't know nothing about the music either. Look, Dolla, man, that's your guy. You stood with him despite all the shit he was doing. What's changing now? What's changing? Because it's not popular anymore. He's not popular. Look, you can't use him anymore. Look, man, get off the gas. Ye is still Ye. Ye is still Ye. If it's any truth to what Ye is saying, he got a big comeback coming soon. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. NBA YoungBoy performed the King Von diss track in Atlanta at the State Farm Arena. I Hate YoungBoy. It's a Lil Durk diss track too. Look, bro, it's disgusting. It's starting to look more demonic than anything. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Considering it's the city King Von was killed in, slayed in. Look, if you want to call it that, Lil Tim shot him in the back, bro. He shot him in the back. Send that man home and get back to the bubbles, fam. This is just, it's not good. It's not good because he want to be treated like Kendrick Lamar for the success he's getting from beefing with Drake. But Durk is in jail, and Vaughn was slayed by a coward. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. But you're putting the guns down, bro. Get that shit out of your character, fam. You're not Pac, and Pac wasn't even that bad off. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, Wack 100 throwing shots at YSL Wooded. YSL Wooded spoke on Wack 100. He say Wack is indeed a federal informant. That's how he gets all his information. Look, Wack 100 caught heat of that. He responded. He say Woody is a rat, always has been a rat. The world watched him for 9 months ratting. Look, I don't know what this is, you know what I mean? I think they just running content. They was just sitting in a room together on no jumper. Y'all could have hashed it out behind the scenes, even though YSL Woody say he don't want to fight no more. He gave his life to God. He's not moving that way. Look, bro. Even the religious have to fight their battles. I'm gonna tell you, you can't just convert and think that your fighting days are over, nigga, if you gonna talk that shit. Now, Wack 100, federal informant, I don't know, but he's definitely, like Jay Reed, the cops. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the play. Look, BENZINO throwing shots at Charleston White. Look, he calling out Chicken Shit Charlie for his history of antagonizing rappers and hiding behind law enforcement after he didn't already provoked the drama. Look, bro, he say he was just an ugly little cockeyed motherfucker that wasn't treated right in Dallas. Married a woman that was taking care of him and that's not a looker and don't have no sense. Look, drop it in the comments. BENZINO is kind of on to something. Yeah, BENZINO is kind of on to something. I ain't gonna go and talk about Miss Betty like she's a dog, but definitely, he got Charleston White rolled up just right. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. It's entertainment, but he's a highly dysfunctional type motherfucker. You know what I mean? He's the uncle that you would have to literally slap the taste out his motherfucking mouth at the family get-togethers. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But it's Charleston White. They love him. You know what I mean? Love him, hate him. It doesn't matter. He's entertaining. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is how he make his money. One can't hate on that. One can't knock him. You know what I mean? He's good at it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, 50 Cent prank called Shyne during a Def Jam conference call. Called multiple times just to get Shyne on the line, just to pretend to be a DJ. As Shyne would answer these questions, 50 Cent proceeded to tell him to shut up. You know what I mean? Look, Shyne say he didn't know it was 50 till somebody told him after the 3-minute call concluded. He said it was an all-time low for 50. He said 50 went from confidential informant, a witness protection dude, to a nigga that's getting orders of protection on motherfuckers. He say 50 ain't nothing but a creep now. Ain't nothing but a creep and a troll. On top of that, he's a fucking stalker. He say behind the scenes the whole time 50 was begging him for a peace treaty. In the public eye, just kept trolling him. Look, drop it in the comments. Shout out 50 Cent. Look, Darius McCrary, Mr. Eddie Winslow, was extradited back to Michigan over a $75,000 child support debt. And they say that figure is from last year. He actually owes way más right now, mucho más, way more. You know what I mean? Look, shout out Eddie Winslow, but despite being a part of Family Matters that was supposed to teach his ass some morals and principles as a child, they say he ain't living up to obligations. 2 daughters and 1 son. Instead, he wants to party with Sydney Star. Yeah, man, this man is living like Nate Daddy off of Euphoria in 2025. He always had a little sweet tooth, a thing for them trans men, women, LGBT community. I am sorry. But the man has obligations that he's not living up to because he wants to travel the world and party with Sydney Star and just be fucked up all the time. I mean, come on. Pull yourself together, fam. And you're going to have to dig in one of them pockets and pay that bill because they're not playing with your ass. Let's just be real. Tree out of tree. Come on, man. Maybe if it were 1 out of 3, you would be all right. You know what I mean? But you not taking care of 3 out of 3 of them kids. You know what I mean? Look, bro, we got a problem. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. NBA YoungBoy didn't receive the key to Atlanta. Yeah, he wasn't crowned king of Atlanta, despite everything that's going on around the internet. Look, the city of Atlanta has issued a statement. They say the city of Atlanta and the mayor's office of film, entertainment, and wildlife were not involved with this presentation. This recognition was more from Fulton County. Look, this is something Fannie Mae done cooked up. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Thinking that we're gonna start even more of a rift between YB and Young Thug. This is to get back at Thugger. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. It wasn't one. When I heard the news, bro, I say how? Yeah, how? Atlanta ain't gave that key out since they gave it to Justice Smollett in 2015 and Ludacris in 2004. They don't give it out like that. You know what I mean? Shout out YB for all his contributions to the community, but that's gonna have to happen in Louisiana, fam. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Look, Honeykomb Brazy was released from federal prison after serving approximately 2 years on a 30-month sentence for his felon in possession of a firearm charge, even though we know the security set him up. I don't know if he's still talking about this situation or what, but look, the main is odd. The main is odd. He got straight back to the music, straight back to the bullshit. Look, man, the first day out freestyle, it's cool that he did one, but man, that shit lackluster. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Shout out to him, because he gonna talk that shit. He know how to go up. But unfortunately, he ain't the best rapper, bro. He an old Rollo type nigga. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. I'm wondering, since Finesse 2 Times got so much to say about J. Prince Jr., I'm wondering if they're going to be allies now, or if it's still they are out for blood. We'll see what goes on. The main move's quick. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Chance the Rapper released a Ride remix with no other than Twista. Yeah, Do or Die is still on that joint, but Twista has been added to the lineup, fam. This is dope. Bruh is bringing back that old school Chicago sound. This ain't Chirac. This is Chicago. Let's just be clear, fam. Ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Trust, we gonna be alright, we gonna be alright. Bro, this is one of my favorite songs on that album. This is the Starline album. Chance the Rapper released an album after being on hiatus for damn near 6 years, fam, and it is one of the best. That's why it's being considered for a Grammy. Yeah, it's in Grammy considerations as we speak, bro. Got that here. It's hard, bro. Drop it in the comments if you've heard it. If you haven't, I implore you to go check it out, nigga. That shit fire. Scars from the Playground, fam. Look, Jim Jones throwing shots at Tony Yayo. While having a conversation with Memphis Bleak, he decided to go at Yayo since Yayo mentioned Jay-Z. He said Yayo looked like his teeth dirty, mouth stained. 50 gotta take care of him. He need 2 ounces of weed. Look, bro, let's get off the gas. That dude is a stand-up guy. Shout out Tony Yayo. Tony Yayo don't have to do none of the bullshit you others have to do. He never have. He didn't even have to rap. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He's living good, bro. Yeah, that nigga good. Fuck what Jim Jones talking about. Fuck what Skinny Legs is talking about. Some people you shouldn't beef with, you know what I mean? Tony Yayo is not the guy that you should just be beefing with like that if you ain't got nothing with him. I mean, real shit. Why? He's gonna make you look stupid. You damn near fighting yourself. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Look, Megan Thee Stallion is being honored with the Mental Health Champion of the Year award in recognition of Mental Health Day by the Trevor Project. Look, this is an annual award. Celebrates influential public figures who use their voice to challenge stigma, shift culture, and advocate for the mental health of the LGBT plus Q plus. Sorry if I messed up those acronyms, but for those people. Look, she's the 5th honoree to receive the awards. Lil Nas X, he was one of the ones. I think Janelle Monáe won this award. Look, this is dope. Yeah, this is dope because a lot of people thought her line on Tory Lanez, potentially lying on Tory Lanez, would have finished her. She's still going, fam. She's still going. Now, nigga need to hear that music, but for now, she's good. Look, shout out Megan Thee Stallion. Look, Kendrick Lamar performed with Playboy Cardi in Los Angeles, bruh. Bruh is straight off the Grand National Tour, fresh off. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Kendrick Lamar has been killing it. And he's been everywhere, fam. It was a world tour. Nigga been selling out arenas. Well, look, Playboy Cardi brought him out while he in Los Angeles he's doing the Antagonist 2.0 tour. He brought him out at the Crypto.com arena, and they did good credit. Man, they lit it up. Yeah, the crowd roared. Now, K-Dot had to get used to all the new pyromaniac shit going on at this show, you know what I mean? But yeah, he got in the pocket, bro, and gave them people an excellent show. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. No slander will be tolerated with this one, bro. All you could do is congratulate, salute and congratulate. It was a show, fam. Drop it in the comments and stop hating. Look, Wack 100 throwing shots at Young Jeezy. He said, yes, indeed, he did snitch on Big Meech. He said everybody knew it. They was just selective politicking. They didn't want to say nothing. Why? it was Jeezy, and he was one of the biggest. Man, look, in 2025, I don't know if Jeezy snitched on Meech. I'm willing to say no, but I'm smart enough to know, bro, it ain't got to be on paperwork. All you got to do is point him in the right direction and tell him, I'm working with you. I'm cooperating. You know what I mean? Those are the magic words. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Nigga don't know Jeezy from a can of paint. But if they say it happened, maybe it happened. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But the main, he has always been corporate thugging, and he still has a relationship with me. So something doesn't add up. Drop it in the comments, man. Inform me. Yeah, give me the knowledge that I need to proceed. Scars from the playground. Drop it in the comments. Look, Ray J released One Wish 20 with Jaquez. Look, this is celebrating the 20th anniversary of One Wish, One Wish, One Wish, One Wish. It is like unarguably one of Ray J's biggest tracks. Let's just be honest, other than that Sexy Can I, but it's one of his biggest tracks. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. With a new mix, it's breathing new life in an old school classic. It's dope, bro. It's cool for what it's worth. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Jaquez, he was the missing piece to this. Yeah, Jaquez down there took over the record and made it his own. Now a nigga wanna see if Jaquez could really just remix that One Wish. Might be the biggest song of the year if he was to do it and do it right. Let's just be honest. Let's just, no pun intended, no shot to Ray J. But man, Ray shit just sound like artificial intelligence. It's like computer animated. It just don't hit the same. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, Roy Wave is kind of suing. He filed a defamation lawsuit against the same promoters that's suing him for $27 million. They say he didn't adhere to contractual obligations despite receiving a hefty advance. They paid him millions. Only 12 out of the 35 shows actually happened when they and where they were supposed to happen. Drop it in the comments. Roy Wave say that money is legally his. He's not paying 1 cent. Just like he told Boosie, he's not paying you nothing. Those M's are for him. So he's kind of suing. He's kind of suing for the cancellations. On top of that, reputational damages. This makes him look horrible. This makes it look like when you book Roy Wave for a tour, he ain't gonna be a man of his word. It's gonna be fuck you once he get that bag. Yeah, this ain't good. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, 607 throwing shots at Pooh Shiesty. He say he cooperated for less time. Look, Pooh Shiesty was convicted on conspiracy charges. He pled guilty, sentenced to 5 years and 3 months. He did a little over 2 years, man. What more do you want from him? You know what I mean? What more do you want from him? Look, I don't think it's nothing, but then again, you don't really know these guys. 607 say he's in possession of the paperwork, signed documents that said Pooh Shiesty actually snitched, ratted. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. 2025, that shit doesn't even matter. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. It might matter for the people that want to praise him and, ooh, Shiesty back, man. Shiesty ain't never been who you thought he was, you know what I mean? He wanted to keep his face good and his name good while he wore the Shiesty, you know what I mean? Real shit. Shout out Pooh Shiesty, man. That man getting paid, man. And he's free, bro. His family love it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, Rampage Jackson's son, Roger Jackson, facing 7 years in prison. 7 years in prison. He pled not guilty to felony and battery misdemeanor after attacking Psycho Stu at a pro wrestling event. Look, this is after Psycho Stu cracked a beer can on his head like Stone Cold Stephen F. Austin. It wasn't even part of the show, you know what I mean? Look, Roger Jackson didn't let it go. He snuffed him. Yeah, he snuffed him. He climbed in that ring and he snuffed the hell out of him. Punched him repeatedly, man. The man was hospitalized for about a week. About a week, fractured facial bone, lacerated lip, missing teeth, serious head injury. Look, man, I don't know what the whole not guilty shit about. I'm not guilty. Man, you might as well plead no contest. Let's just be honest. It's all caught on camera, bro. It was overkill. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Kodak Black attended NBA YoungBoy concert in Miami. Make America Slime Again. MASA. He was in attendance. Look, he flew to the Casell Center in a helicopter, fam, and threw a yacht party right outside with the whole sniper gang. Nah, they didn't face off after the concert, nothing like that. Wasn't no funny style shit going on. Not that I know of. He was just showing them people that, look, he from Florida, this is his, he's in attendance. He had to make himself known. You know, yeah, he was just showing his face, bro. That's all it was. But it was pretty fly. It would have been fly if he would have had the courage to walk in the building, you know what I mean, and just watch the show, bro. Maybe it would have been love. Like, you know, you got to stop guessing yourself, bro. If he wasn't thinking about YB, he wouldn't be nowhere around the Casell Center. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Busta Rhymes denies assaulting his ex-assistant. He's formally denying the assault and workplace abuse made by his former assistant. Says the claims are false and retaliatory in his defamation lawsuit. Look, Gable says he was physically attacked, underpaid, and blacklisted after working for him for about 6 months, from July 2024 to January 2025. He say Busta made his life a living hell. After the incident, one of the physical altercations, the man filed a police report, and Busta Rhymes was charged with a third-degree assault. Look, bro, I don't even know what he's denying. How could it be false allegations if you were actually charged for this shit, fam? The man just speaking out. This is why you can't trust these rich motherfuckers, fam. You can't trust him. They think the money is gonna save them, so they gonna treat you any kind of way. Man, Busta Rhymes a piece of shit. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, DJ Academics is accusing Jay-Z, Sean Carter, of the unthinkable. He say Jay-Z trying to get him out the way, trying to silence him for good, put him 6 feet under. Look, bro, he say he's trying to wave the white flag. He's sorry for talking about Jigga. He want Jigga to know he's sorry. Please call off the 3 black vans that are sitting in front outside his house. Yeah, please call him off. He say, bro, it's getting to be too much. Way too much. He didn't know it was going to be coming of this. You know what I mean? Real shit. Drop it in the comments. He say Jay-Z got way too much money to go to war with. He's sorry. You know, he's not mentioning Rock Nation lawsuits, none of that no more. Whatever Jay-Z did in the past, is just what he did. He don't want no trouble. You know what I mean? Real shit. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Jay, still one of my favorite rappers. Look, Aiden Ross was denied access to NBA YoungBoy Make America Slime Again concert in Miami. Looking to get him a Slimerita, they told him no. Why? He showed up to the door with way too many people. Too much. Yeah, they didn't want, the entourage had to be slimmed down a little bit. He said beforehand, they told him everybody was gonna be good. Shit was different when he got, look, bro, shout out NBA YoungBoy, but the Aiden Ross coverage would have been good, man. It would have been good. Like, a nigga know you might not fuck with him, but you can't say that. YB fucks with everybody. That new medication that he's on, oh, man, that nigga a hell of a nigga. He giving everything away, smiling all the time. Look, man, security, y'all should have checked with YB to see if he wanted that boy in there. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Don't jump the gun. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Would have been a nice look. Just being honest, just being real. Promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. So Wale Forlorn announces he's dropping a new album. Everything is a Lot. Dropping November 14th, 16 tracks, beginning with Conundrum and ending with Lonely. He say he spent the last 4 years reflecting and watching the industry become unrecognizable in real time. This is his first album in 4 years, bro, since dropping Forlorn 2 in 2021, which I didn't even hear that motherfucker. I can't lie to you, man. I didn't even hear it. If that ain't the one with drop DMV up, roll up and kick my feet up. If that ain't the one with that, I don't even think I heard it. But I'm into this one, bro. He don't get the respect that he really earned. He came out with an all-star cast. J. Cole, Wiz Khalifa, Wale, Drake, Kendrick Lamar. That's who they was top 5 that year. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, man. I'm into this. I can't wait till the album drop. I just hope it ain't lackluster. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Look, D'Angelo, 4-time Grammy award-winning singer, R&B singer D'Angelo, succumbed to pancreatic cancer, dead at 51. His family confirmed it after a long and courageous battle with cancer. Look, bro. Shout out D'Angelo. How does it feel? I just wanna know. You know what I mean, man? Shout out D'Angelo. The little bit Jamie Foxx did of him on the Jamie Foxx show, that was funny as hell too. But D'Angelo, man, rest in peace. He'd never see this, but you still have to give it to the universe, bro. You still gotta put it out there to the world. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. Hell of a man, you know what I mean? Cancer ain't nothing to play with. Best thing you could do, fam, keep getting yourself checked out so it won't be like once you find out, bro, you didn't have it for about 6 months. No. You want to get it, get rid of it as best as possible, as soon as possible. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out D'Angelo.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it. I play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.